You're not making the content. You're not starting that business just for your family members or just for your friends. Hi guys, welcome to Shibali One. Shibali things. Shibali is beautiful. So beautiful things, beautiful ones. I hope everybody's doing well. It is nice to see all of you here. And if you saw the thumbnail, then I know you're ready to make this day one or at least week one. Okay. If you're already seeing this, my day one has started. So this is week one for all of us. And even if you're watching it later on, day one. Okay. Not one day one, because I'm starting today and I am nervous as I am recording this video. I'm sure I'm going to stop it and I'm going to find tons and tons of things that I wanted to be different and I wish I saw when I was recording, and I wish I'd said when I was recording. But there's no such thing as a perfect video. There's no such thing as debating something and covering every single part of it, right? So let's get started. How many things would you have done if you didn't have to worry about everybody else? If you didn't have to worry about what your family members would think, what your friends will think, what people will think in general, like if you will be cringy or how many things, right? I am here today because I just decided to go for it. I never was one to wait for everything to be perfect before I get started. No. If I want to make t-shirts, best believe I'm going to Hobby Lobby and I'm getting a t-shirt and I'm figuring it out as I go, right? And I never was one to wait to like save. Let's say, people want to start businesses and they be like, oh, once I save $10,000, then I can buy this machine and that machine and that machine, and I can produce this quantity and that quantity. And I'm like, the t-shirt printing machine is 150 on Amazon. I'm okay with that. And if I can't afford that, best believe I'm getting just transfer paper. I'm printing it out, or I'm gonna get the cutout ones and flat ironing it. It's coming out on that t-shirt. I'm starting with that. And then once I get better at that, then I can add more money and get the next step. If I can start big, I will start big. But if I cannot start big, I'm really not stressed about it, because I always believed in things will figure themselves out. Things always figure themselves out. I'm somebody that is really patient. I don't rush about things in life. And I think things are supposed to happen when they should happen. Sometimes maybe I could put a little rush on things. I feel like I let certain things drag a little too long and whatnot. But just go for it, right? I am here today because it's never going to be a perfect time. It's never going to be a day where you're going to be the most comfortable in front of the camera. Let's figure that one out, right? You would hate how you sound. You will hate how you sound. Get over it. Get over it. Everybody that is on here, anyway, okay, let me not say everybody, but most people don't like how they sound. And they're still making the videos. That's because you think you sound horrible, but to somebody else, it's okay. And I have to admit, the YouTubers and like creators that I follow, that I love the contents of, and if I'm honest, their voices are not the most pleasant thing to listen to. But do I care? No. As long as the videos are still great, as long as the content is still awesome, as long as I get value from what they are producing and what they are putting out, I could care less about their voice. It could be mosquitoes singing, right? But if they're hitting those tunes and the beat is beating, I'll be there. I'll be there is what I'm saying. So just get started. And the next thing that I was saying is, you would never be 1,000% comfortable about how you look on camera. You will never. I am not. I am sitting here, I'm nervous, and I'm sure I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna pick it apart and I'm gonna think of 20 million things that could have looked different. that could have went differently. Oh my God, what did I look a little bit to the side on this part? Oh, maybe I should have looked off more on the side on this one. More, it would never end, okay? You would never stop thinking that it could be better. And that's good. That's good because then that means you can keep improving, right? That means you keep seeing things that could be better, and that is actually great. So then your craft can actually improve instead of you starting great like you think you want to be, and then you just are great there, and then what's next? Let us just start. Let's just start. Take your phone and don't look for bigger. I'm recording on my phone. Okay, I'm recording on my phone, and I have to admit, I have done a lot of trials before. I was never happy with them. Okay, every time I did it, I'm like, oh my God, this looks horrible, and I will go back again and now do. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't talk about this one. Oh my God, the sound was like this, and I keep picking it apart, and I never start. Never start. If you notice, this channel has more than 20,000 followers already. That's because the channel was a faceless channel before, right? And I just decided to get over it. What if I'd say today, like now, the first time that I said tomorrow, where would I have been now? You know what I mean? So then I kept saying that, and I'm like, you know what? Your life is becoming tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Right? Pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. You will never get there. So might as well start. And here we are. Thank you for being here with me. We are going to figure this out together. This is my very first video, okay? So let's all say it with me. Let's all start off day one, okay? This is our day one. So you are going to get something done today. Even if it's not content creation, even if it's a business that you want to start, the first thing you can do, at least do some research about it. Pull out a notebook. Pull out a notebook. You can do on the notes if you're comfortable. And today should be the day where you research, you think about the name you want to give to your business. It's like a lot of steps to this. You just need to get started. If you pick a name, then you can think about, how do I open an LLC, right? And then the next thing is, how do if you want to do an LLC, then you figure out, oh, I need an EIN number. How do I get an EIN number? Then from there, you're like, oh, I need to go to the IRS website and I can, get an EIN. You see how you go from one step to the next? The same way they say, just do it for 2 minutes, and then next thing you know, you're going to do a lot. Like the last 2 weeks, I had like some things that I needed to submit, and for the life of me, I could not finish writing what I needed to write down, and it was something that was really crucial for me. And I think I was so nervous, and it was just so much that was weighing on that every time that I wanted to do it, I would just get so overwhelmed that I couldn't do it. I would just sit in front of the computer and I couldn't get it done. And somebody could ask me for help, and so many other people will come and be, hey, can you help me with this paper? And I'll finish it. I'll do it the same day, send it right back. Somebody else will come ask me, oh, can you help me with resume? Can you? And I sat down and I was like, wait a minute. How am I so quick to help everybody get their ish done? Not that I don't like doing it, but I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I okay putting my own work in the back burner and just sitting and staring at it and not getting anything done? But when it comes to other people, then I want to make sure they're getting this stuff done, right? And I'm like, oh my God, you're slacking. You need to get this done. Hold on. Let me do this. And I go boom, 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 boom. Everything is done. And I'm like, oh, yeah, make sure you do this. And I'm sitting here and I was thinking to myself, why don't you apply that to yourself? Why don't I apply that to the things I do for myself? And until you realize it, you could watch 20 million videos on YouTube about keeping yourself accountable, treating yourself the same way you treat others, or like, having the same expectation that you would have of an employee or like other people on yourself, or giving the same percent you would have given if you were at a work and you had like an assignment that was due and how you would do it. You could do it, but until it hits you, you won't. That's where when they say, if you know, you know, you don't know until you know. First no is as if you hear about it and people talk about it and you hear about other people's experience. But the second no is when you know no. Like when you know no no. Does that make sense? When somebody says, "Oh my god, ice cream is so good." And you keep hearing that ice cream is good, but you never had ice cream, but you just know it's good. But then when you try ice cream and you're like, "Oh, ice cream is good." That's the you know. It, do you get what I'm going with this? Are we ice cream lovers yet? Okay. The other thing is niching, right? I know for years we watch creators and they're like niche down. The reason why you're not finding your people, you're too broad and da, da, da. But how do you find your niche? If you look at the biggest creators and the ones that excel the most right now, they never started in that niche. They never started in that niche. They didn't just wake up one day and start doing that. I stumbled upon a video way back. Like if I remember and find the channel, I'll put the name in because I just for the life of me I can't remember. But he was talking about how you should just there's like two ways to go about content creation. The people that want everything to be organized and to be like known, to be for sure 100% no it will work, 100% no it's going to be the best, before they get started. But when it comes to niching and stuff, you could niche. I feel like your niche finds you. I feel like it's when you start posting more and doing what you think is what you like is when you find your specific niche and the specific things that work for the people that follow you and the people that resonate with you. You don't just know your niche. You might think you know it, but it doesn't always work like that because you could decide I want to just do makeup videos, right? Or I want to do just outfit videos. But because you style your hair a certain way that everybody likes it, or because the outfits you wear when you're doing your makeup look really nice, or or your makeup when you're wearing those clothes look nice, somebody could be like, "Hey, oh my god, your makeup looks great, but where did you get that wig from? Where did you get that top from? Where did you get that outfit? Oh my god, that looks so cute. Where did you get your shoes from?" Then you might find yourself making a video responding, since you get so many comments, and responding to, "Oh yeah, this is how I do my hair, or this is where I get my wig from." And then just like that, you find yourself making a hair video. You didn't know you were going to be a hair creator, or creator that is focused on hair or anything, but there you are making a hair video, and there you are showing them where you got your wig from. And then even if you wanted to just show them or tell them, somebody could be like, "Oh my god, but it's just disappears, like lace wear, lace wear, did you do that?" Now you have doing a tutorial about how to lay a wig. Do you see? Am I cooking or not? The Sassoons are coming. The Maggi, the Jumbo, the Nor, chicken, beef, shrimp. It's all coming. Don't rush me. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know why you shouldn't? And I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't care about what the people around you think, because that's what I realized today, and that's why I'm sitting here today recording this video. Before, it used to, like, I don't want to say bother me, but it used to make me feel like maybe it's not gonna work out, because oh my god, so and so that I know, so and so that I get along with so well, oh my god, they didn't like my video, you know oh, this is my family member, they told me about it, but I didn't see them like the video. So then you feel like, oh my god, maybe something you're doing is not right. You are not making the videos for those people. Okay? You should not care because you're not making the videos, you're not making the content, you're not starting that business just for your family members or just for your friends. About it, like whatever it is that you're starting, whatever businesses you're starting, whatever endeavor it is that you want to throw yourself in, are you doing it just for them? Are they the only clientele that you're looking for? Your brother is bald, right? And you want to do hair videos. Why are you worried about what the bald person is thinking about the videos that you're making? Right? Because if you were to just base everything off of what he is thinking, that means you will never have a video. You would never have a client. That means nobody is going to watch a video, because if it's up to him, he would never watch hair videos. What he look like watching a hair video when he's bald, and he's been bald for like the last 15 years? Why is he gonna like your hair video and wonder and just be curious about what shampoo you're using or conditioner and how many times he should deep condition his hair or trim his hair? That is not your target audience. Just put it in your head that they're not even seeing it. They're not even watching it, because they are not. Because they really don't care. They really just don't care. The way I was looking at it is, I don't care if somebody close to me starts a YouTube channel. You know, they could open a whole radio or television. I don't. So then why do I think everybody cares so much about what I do? And if they do, that's on them. If they like it, like they don't like it now. Some people might not like it now because they feel like, oh my gosh, she thinks she's an influencer now. She thinks, her opinion matters. Who cares what she thinks? Who cares what she does? Who cares what she wears? But once a lot more people do it, then all of a sudden they've been your supporter since day one. They'll tell you about, oh my God, remember when you posted your first video? Meanwhile, when you posted that first video, you were sitting here pressed about why that person did not like the video or comment on it or boost it or share it. Do you see? Do you see where I'm going with this? We came right back to the beginning. Right back to the beginning. I played too much. About them not caring. I saw somewhere somebody was saying, it's easy to love someone when everybody else is loving them. Same way you see when like people are popular, like somebody would just out of nowhere be TikTok famous and everybody's like, oh my God, have you seen? And then all of a sudden everybody loves them and you're like, oh my God, yeah. Everybody's like, oh my God, yeah, do you like her too? Let me check her out. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you don't know how and from where, everybody just loves this person. And nobody really knows what is the why of the reason, But all of a sudden, and I'm sure those people had people that did not believe in them, or people that they worried about, or people that did not like the videos before. But then now that everybody is liking them, all of a sudden you see people pop up in the comments and be like, oh my God, I went to kindergarten with them together. Remember that time I told you to take my Aldi grocery store card and you kept the 25 cents? All of a sudden people are gonna remember things. All of a sudden people are going to be the closest people to you. Get started with that shitty gear that you have, just your phone, your headphones. This mic here is not the best mic, but I bought it, and damn it, I will use it until I can afford a better quality one. Until then, I'm just gonna get started. So today is my day one, and my day one is me working with everything that I have right here and right now. And I had the same phone when I started before, and I didn't like it. The reason why I feel like it's much better this time is because I did research. I watched video after video after video after video, from big creators to people that have 20 followers, 100 followers, 2,000. Watched all the videos that I thought could help me. I was like, it wouldn't hurt. Let me listen to everybody. Maybe there will be that one person that will get to me. And today I listened to a video, and that was the last thing that I needed to hear for me to just jump into action. And I did. And you will watch all of these videos, and that's all part of the preparation. Then you would know, oh my god, so and so is going through the same thing, so and so went through the same thing, what did they do to get better? And I started looking at videos of camera settings. And again, I had the same camera settings for the longest. Everybody's like, oh, film on 4K, cinematic, 60, like frames per second. And I had all of that already. But the one thing I was doing wrong, or to me, the one thing that is different now, is the setup. I'm probably going to change the setup again. That's why just get started. The setup and the lighting. The lighting was one of the things, and all the videos that I watched, they always talked about how you should make sure the lighting is good, lighting is soft. You might have good light, especially if you have a ring light and you have it in front of you. It's great for like makeup tutorials and stuff like that. But when you're recording a video, if the light is like too close, it's just too harsh. You have to filter the light. You need to be softer. If you have a ring light, put it a little bit to the side. I literally have my ring light right here, but I'm not staring at it. It's just hitting to the side. Another light on the side to balance this one out. And you know what? I literally got it at Goodwill. I went to Goodwill today looking for lights, and I found this one. And it was just perfect. It was perfect. And this little one in the background, this is a lamp that I had before. It's from IKEA, right? But the light bulb that I have in is one of those multicolor light bulbs where you can change and adjust the color. You have to get the app, and you can change and adjust the color. And I it just brings something more interesting in the background, and that's something else that I learned from watching the video. So it was clean your lenses. That's like something you will not you don't think about. It makes such a big difference. Scrub those lenses clean. My lenses almost have a dent in it at this point. That's how much I scrub them clean. And then if you use your clothes rubber, make sure you remove all the little fibers, because all of those could make a difference in your video. Okay. And I always see in there like, oh, have something, a light in the background, so I was like, I can work with what I have. Let me work with what I have. So I brought this lamp out. It already had the light in it, and I was like, I can play around with that light. I can play with that light color, but it's something interesting in the background. And what other major thing that I did that I think made a difference, you guys can tell me. And also, I'm open to advice. Please let me know in the comments. Tell me what I need to do to get better. I beg. Please. Per favor. When I used to record, I used to be right against the wall. You should put distance between you and your background. If your iPhone has cinematic in it, is the best. Just put it on cinematic, blur the background, and you can play around with the background. You can blur it as much or like as lightly as possible, and it just adds like a lot more depth to your video. If you don't have an iPhone that can do that, or let me stop just saying iPhone. If you don't have a phone that can do that, then there's definitely apps that you could download. I'm gonna try to look up some apps. Like they talked about some apps, but I didn't look into them because my phone already have that built in. But there's apps that you could use, and it would just help you. You can just record from it, and you can play around with the settings, and you can blur the background. You can also do it in editing. So even if you already have the videos, it's not too late. You can always still like blur the background, so then everything is more focused on you, and it just makes everything. And also, one other thing that I learned from all of this, one other thing that I learned from all the videos that I watched is positioning. When you're positioning yourself, I'm recording from the back camera, and I literally have my full size mirror right now in front of my phone, like facing it, so I can see the reflection of it, so I know what I'm doing. If I'm doing too much movement, then I know, oh, okay, that is you're doing too much. Work with what you have in your home. Even if you don't have a big mirror, find one. The only thing that will make your life easy, that you might need is a tripod. Tripods, if you can't afford a full price one, they have tripods for like 12 $8 on TikTok and Amazon. And if you don't find any, you know the easiest way to find materials? Facebook Market. Go on Facebook Market. I'm sure somebody is selling a tripod, somebody is selling a ring light, somebody is selling an old microphone, somebody is selling. Just put in whatever it is that you need. I know somebody probably is selling it around your neighborhood, and you could just get it and get started. Funny thing is, I've known all of these things all along. I've watched so many videos before that talked about it. I've listened to podcasts, but I never was to a point where it made sense to me like it did now or it does now. And also, one other thing, when you position yourself, make sure you're centered and make sure the background also is somewhat balanced. I would have personally preferred if I could have like a little bit more of light on this side as well. But then again, I feel like, the paintings are kind of balanced out, and then this light here just brings a little bit more of something interesting in the background. If it's hard for you when you start a video, if you get lost, make a script. I started a couple videos, and in the middle of it I'm like, what else did I want to say? Start a script. Not everybody can just talk, and remember all the points. If there are specific points that you want to make sure you don't miss out, you don't skip over, make a list. Could be something that will help you, especially if you feel nervous and you feel like you're losing track of your thoughts, you are forgetting things that you wanted to say. And one other thing that is good is once you finish recording, sit down and watch everything while all your setups are still there, before you change into your pajamas to watch TV. Before you hop out, sit and watch the video and see if there is things, because sometimes when you watch things you're like, oh my god, I could have added this there, I could have added that there. If you sit down and watch it before you take everything down, then if there's something that you've forgotten, you could just sit right back, do another recording, and then just do the editing later on. That way you make sure that you get all the ideas that you want to get in the video in there. And also if there's things that you want to clarify, because sometimes things come out wrong, so if there's things you want to clarify, you can do that also. One last thing, you will never please everyone. What do you look like thinking you can agree with 8 billion people? You will never please everyone. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one, and you'll be hated by everybody. Say what works for you, do what works for you, and what goes with your morals or whatever. Because there is no way you could say things that will include 8 billion people. That's the problem with TikTok and the problem with what about me's. Everybody expects to be included. I understand that we are going towards inclusivity and we want more representation, but that cannot quite literally translate in everything in life. You cannot please everybody. If I come out here and say my favorite color is red, do you know how many more colors are out there? Talk about what you want to talk. Do what it is that you're set to do. As long as you're not purposefully offending people, purposefully insulting people, or coming for you know what I mean? Be ethical, use your morals, okay? Use your morals. I think that's everything that I had to say. So I hope you had your notebooks, okay, and you had your notes open, or just come back to the video and watch it. I hope I motivated at least one person to get started. That would be great. And all of you have a great day. I am not sure what you're going to find here next time you come on this channel, because again, I don't have a niche. I don't have a niche yet. I like a lot of things. I like makeup, I like hair, I like to paint, I like gardening, I like watching movies, and I used to love reading books, and I really want to get back into it. And I would love to be able to share some of the stories with you guys, because I remember that's what I used to do. I used to go to the library every Wednesday, and I will get like read the books, and then I'll come back and I'll tell my sisters about the book, and it was so fun. Like they would be like sitting there listening to me, and I'll tell them the story, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's where I stop, and they're like, what do you mean that's where you stop? You didn't finish the movie? I'm like, oh no, is the book that I started reading, and they'd be so mad at. There's this one book I have in mind. Oh my god, it's one of my most favorite books, and I have to get another physical form. I read it. I got it from the library and I read it, and I'm ordering a new. It's Confessions by Kanai Minato, and it's one of my favorite books. So I'm going to buy a copy. I wanted to get a Kindle, but I think I'm going to just buy a paper copy and read it again, and who knows, I might come back here and tell you guys about the story in that book, because I love it so much. I don't know. I guess my slogan should be bye. See you next time and expect anything. Toodaloo.